Hey, today I've got for you TransArt's Skate Gorilla. This is a third-party version of transmetal Optimus Primal. So it's a pretty cool toy. Take a look at this guy. It's pretty awesome that someone's finally tackled this. So it's basically Season 2 Beast Wars Optimus Primal. And in all honesty, kind of a crazy design, kind of a wacky thing. So not sure that third party ever really would have tackled these guys, but lo and behold, they have. So good on them. So we'll take a look at this guy. Now he does obviously come on his skateboard, and he's got mace and stuff. So he does come with this little stand here. So we'll just take a quick look at some of the accessories that he has, and we'll just set him down right here for now. Now he does come with this stand. It comes in two pieces. You just easily separate there, and you can attach them, you know, standing this way or flat. He does come with two effects parts. They're sort of like the Siege Earthrise effect part, and that they've got that universal tab or whatever, and they can combine. So you can have a bigger or smaller effect, which is pretty sweet. And nice thing is he comes with, these are all separate pieces. This one is the one that attaches to his butt, and it's got a smaller end and a bigger end. The bigger end actually is what attaches to it, but a smaller end for, you know, smaller figures. So that's cool. And the joints, actually, you have to press them in on a little spring, so that helps keep them up. That's pretty cool. So yeah, and out of the box he does come with a couple of other things. Of course, he's got his one mace, and he's got actually two maces, his gun, and there's the other effect part. Let's see if we can just have him stand there for a minute. Bring the camera down. So he does come with alternate faces as well. Here's a good look at that one. It's kind of like a smiling, smirking face. That one's kind of like a smiling, smirking face. He's got the raised eyebrow, the people's eyebrow there. This one, I guess, is smug. I don't know. And he's got two alternate faces for robot mode. Serious, stoic, and then pissed off, angry. So that's pretty cool. He also does come with a little cloth here. So for all the chrome. That's nice. Just TransArt on it. And as well, he also comes with directions. Now, this guy, I absolutely think is worth the price just for the accessories he comes with and the amount of articulation that he has. But if you're at all familiar with the original toy, they haven't strayed too far from that design. In fact, some of the things that they've changed about the transformation, you know, are pretty simple. It's not drastic changes to the toy, so nothing too crazy. They pretty much copied the toy and gave him, you know, a little better articulation and faces, accessories, that kind of thing. So yeah, pretty cool. Just really wacky wacky skateboard, surfboard, whatever, surfboarding monkey mode he's got there. His gun is a thruster. And of course he has this thing as well. Now what's nice about the gun, see this little button here, is it's got batteries. And if you can see, that lights up really good. If I can just turn this one off, you'll see it lights up really well. If you actually take that out, it's actually pretty bright. So that's cool. That is pretty sweet. And of course, just like the original, his mace is just kind of plug into his back there. He can hold them, but he does have a tab system for his gun, but there's no tabs on the missiles themselves. So he's just kind of got to squeeze his fingers around there to hold them. Now, he does hold them all right because his fingers allow for that articulation. But, you know, if you wiggle them around at all, they'll come out. So just take them out for now. And we'll come back to that. And let's just get him transformed into his, this is his flight mode. So the transmetals all had an in-between mode, a transportation mode, if you will. So that's this for him. So we'll get him into his plain gorilla mode. Pretty simple, actually, exactly like the original. There's maybe one extra step. So just take that apart. These male female pegs come apart, and just turn this around. This whole mass just kind of folds up on the back of his legs as per. This all accurate to the animation, because the animation for this season was pretty straightforward with regards to the toys. So they kind of stuck with the toys. So we just put these back. I've seen them put forward in the original toy, but I think they want you to put them back. Now this is the little extra step here. We've got this little tab. I'll just bring that down, and it just pegs into that little hole right there. So a little tricky to get that. You kind of have to bend it. There we go. Same on the other side. There you go. Now his feet aren't going anywhere. And he can stand. Yay! Now, if you do want him more in gorilla pose, he does have that ability. His head does go up, so you can have him. Lots of nice ratchets in there. And his arms. So you have him kind of gorillaing it, you know, whatever. So I guess since we already touched on it, we can go over the articulation. He's got a ball joint there on the head, so it goes all the way around, up and down. Ratchet, shoulder, swivel there, 90-degree on the elbow, and wrist goes all the way around. It's got articulated fingers. These are all together, but they're articulated. The knuckle, and then that knuckle, and then the trigger finger, of course, and thumb's on a ball joint, in his kind of like in his palm, which is nice. Allows him for more movement there. So one of the strange things about the design of this toy, which was bizarre at the time, and I think they might have done this with 2 of the figures, 2 or 3. They didn't take it too far. I think Cheetor, maybe Beast Wars Megatron a little bit. They had the chrome robotic look for the animal, and then for the robot, it was kind of like an organic, fleshy look. So, yeah. As far as legs, you know, they just go up. They don't go back too far, and he does swivel there. And if you untap that, you know, he's got a little bit of foot, but that's it. So yeah, you're looking at it. So let's just get him transformed. We'll just put these little things back and bring his leg down. This will be his leg, and that's his foot. And you've done it. That's it. That's all she wrote for the legs. You just kind of bend them down. These become his feet, and that is it. Pretty cool. So it's in keeping with the original, just kind of. And his arms are his arms. So, you know, there's going to be something with the hands in a bit, and that's about it. So the backpack, these little things, the backpack doesn't really peg into anywhere necessarily, but that's okay. It stays in place just fine. Just comes up and over. These things, you want to turn them like that. And then these are going to be the shoulders. They're in the right orientation. This is going to be his chest. You just open this up. So like that. And then his other head's in there. You just spin this whole thing around, close it back up, bring this down to form his shoulders, and then turn that, turn his waist, and of course now his hands are backwards, so we just open this up and turn his hands around. And he's got other hands. He's got 2 sets of hands in there. So yeah, if you can see, this hand is plain, doesn't have anything on it, you know. And this hand, his monkey hand, has some mechanical detail on there, so in keeping with the theme. Now, basically, the only real differences between this guy and the original, there's those tabs right here. Obviously, all the articulation, like I said, the hands in the original rotated, but they rotated it in a different way, and the head flipped. The robot head flipped into this side of his chest, and the gorilla head flipped into the other side of the chest. So kind of simplified the flipping mechanism there. And I would say simplified this as well. That kind of makes more sense that way. But yeah, aside from that, you know, pretty good. Now, as far as articulation, pretty much the same. You know, up and down on the new head. The shoulders do everything they used to. These guys can kind of come out of the way for that. Arms are the same. Legs are the same, but now he has a knee. Yeah, he's got a knee and toe. So, yeah, his foot is a little bit more articulated now, which is pretty sweet. Now, as far as accessories, he can still hold the maces in his hands. Now, let's take this thing out. Now, this is his gun, right? We saw this earlier. Now, to me, it always looked like a megaphone. It looks sort of stupid, like he should be shouting into it. It looks kind of dumb, but that's, you know, that's what it was. So the original toy had these as missiles, and that's actually why they have this little system here, this little tab thing. And you could plug that in, but being that there's a light now in there, it won't go in there. But that's okay. He never did it on the show, so that's fine. So, but these will still go onto his back now, upside down. So, just for storage. And his gun, it does have that hole there, so he's got that, you know, regular tab system there. I'll hold it, and boom. Oops. I'll shine his light on you. Yeah, so pretty good. It doesn't hold in great, but as long as you don't mess with it, it should be fine. So there he is. Now he can holster his weapon. This little thing comes down, and it's just a little hook there for his weapon. Let's see here. Get his leg properly oriented. And now you can hold his weapon on his holster, which looks pretty cool. Now, as far as the faces coming off, forgive me for not going over the gorilla one. It's kind of a pain to come off. They do give these little tabs, but since everything's chrome, you don't want to pull on it too much. I found that just wiggling the bottom of the chin comes off, and it's just the front of the face. So this guy is a little easier. His head still separates. Actually, the easiest thing I found to do with both of the heads, since they're on a ball joint, just take them off the ball joint. But this whole thing comes off, the whole front of his face, and the face just comes out of like the crest there. So if you want to see what he looks like with, I think this is kind of what his G1 face, or G1 for Beast Wars, I guess. It's season 2 toy face actually was like. His little angry face. So, oops. Just put that in there and stick that together. Just, boop. Oops, that's not the right one, actually. That's the one he had. Hilarious. A little switcheroo on me. Boop. Just dropping all kinds of stuff. So this doesn't really, it just kind of holds there, so it doesn't peg or anything. But pretty cool. Another cool feature, he only did this on the show, I think, like once, and I don't think he actually, his toy was advertised to do it, but it's something he can do, is that you can bring this whole thing around, and it's kind of advertised on the, we'll just leave the gun off for now, advertised on the packaging, or the promo pictures, I should say, because the packaging doesn't have nothing on it. But he can use this as kind of like a turret. And of course the effects parts do fit in here. So you can put those on there. Which is cool. You can't really see. He's looking through the actual maces. But it's convincing enough. And he did this on the show, I think, to shoot down someone. I don't know. In the sky. Yeah, so yeah, that's cool. He doesn't really have handles in there either, just kind of use your imagination. But like I said, it's sort of a made-up mode they did for the show. So now let's see here. We've got a couple comparisons we can do. So let's put him here. And now when the first pictures of this guy came out, I was really, you know, no one specified what the size was exactly. Those are the first gray prototype images, and I was really hoping that, and there's no price, I was really hoping it was legend size. Unfortunately, it's MP size, but I was really hoping that I would have a partner for this guy. Now he's kind of way too big for him. This is, I think, Toy World. So, same season, Megatron Season 2, Beast Wars, Megatron, Transmetal Megatron. And what we really want to do, of course, is compare him to this guy. That's the Masterpiece Optimus Primal. I've got the Supreme Commander, I think, mode, the toy version. I was a huge fan of the toy, so that's why I got that version. But I think he scales really good with that. I think he should be a little bit bigger, even though in reality the toy of this was smaller than the toy of that. But they actually made him more proportioned, I think, than the toy itself. Even though he's got these giant gorilla arms, they kind of lengthened his legs, I think, a little bit more than the original toy. The original toy even had more of gorilla arms. So, yeah. But all in all, pretty great. Now, this toy is just on loan to me, but I know it's available now at the Chosen Prime. So if you want to go ahead and grab one, I'd suggest picking it up. It's pretty awesome if you're nostalgic at all for Beast Wars. And despite some of the designs being wacky, Season 2 was undoubtedly the best season of Beast Wars. You know, if you have a Dinobot, when Dinobot actually dies, Optimus Prime's looking like this, or Optimus Primal's looking like this, so you can recreate all that with this guy now. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alrighty, so let me know what you guys think. Hope you enjoyed the review. Talk to you guys later.